Hello, friends, and welcome to another episode of Funbearable. I'm Brad Rohr.
And I'm Chuck Staten.
How are you?
I'm good.
You sounded like a creaking door in a Scooby-Doo episode there.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Scooby-Doo's running away from it every time.
Everyone close your eyes.
Uh-huh.
Don't look at YouTube.
Yep.
Or if you're an audio listener, you're all set.
If you're driving, keep your eyes open, please.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
And also you shouldn't be watching YouTube if you're driving.
Well, yeah, but if you're listening and you're driving,
Yeah.
is what I'm saying. Don't
So,
close your eyes.
Tell me if this sounds like a door opening.
Okay.
I turn into a real voice at the end.
Yeah.
Maybe during it's not
Yeah.
bad, but at the end it's like, this is a guy.
Yeah.
This is a guy making a sound.
Yeah.
And I don't like it.
Yep.
But go ahead. What were we going to say?
Well, here's the thing. I've been playing a lot of the game Cyberpunk 2077 recently.
Cyberpunk 2077.
Yes. And in the game, you design your own character, male body, female body, whatever. But when you go to customize it, height, weight, skin tone, tattoos, whatever, completely naked, you can choose the size of your genitals.
It shows your penis?
It shows your penis.
What is the point of that?
I don't know, other than they could do it, so they did it.
Does it show your vagina?
I picked a male character.
You don't know what the girl looks like?
I have to play as me the first time through a game.
So you didn't see what the girl looks like?
I did not.
That's crazy.
It really is.
I bet it's just a big bush.
Yeah, probably. Just
Oh,
a
in
big,
the future, there's bushes? Ugh.
Yep.
God damn.
Well, I think other things, like it's fictional, so maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I was thinking about designing characters in games. When I play a game the first time,
Yeah.
I make the character look as close to me as possible. In this case, except I gave him. I was much more generous than God was with me. Yeah, keep going.
Yeah.
3 inches. When you play a game for the first time, what does your character look like?
I always do me too.
Yeah.
But a cooler version. Sometimes
How is that possible?
Yeah, right. Sometimes he has a big mohawk.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Oh, I will say this. And everyone deals with this. It's hard to make the character actually look like you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's like your features aren't going to be perfectly represented. So when I try to do my hair,
Yep.
it doesn't really work.
Easy for my haircut.
That's true.
Yep.
So I'll do a mohawk sometimes. Like if you look at my characters, they're always me minus a lot of flaws and plus a lot of pluses. You know what I mean?
I'll say with one exception, and this is kind of why I thought of it. It might have been Saints Row 2. It was very early on in our friendship.
Yeah, I know what you're going to say.
And you had a friend, the guitarist for your band.
Yeah.
And he was, a little chubby guy at the time.
Yeah, a tiny bit.
Tiny
Not a
bit
big-
chubby,
big
but
deal.
enough that it was one of the things we made fun of him for all the time. A lot of hair, a lot of body hair. And I
Lovingly made fun of.
And I went over there, and you're playing the game, and your character is a chubby guy wearing a thong. He's
No, he's
bald.
not a chubby guy. He was like a 350-pound guy.
Okay, he was a chunky guy.
Yeah.
Body hair, wearing a thong, going around, getting hit by cars, being in Saints Row.
Yeah.
So to me, I'm like, oh yeah, Chuck always makes Tej in these games.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah, I always make him. I do like making him in games. It is funny. But no, most of the time it's me. Big aviator sunglasses, though.
Yeah.
Especially Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
Like I said, Tony Hawk,
Tony Hawk, my guy, is in a blue and orange hoodie
because of the
Chicago Bears,
Yeah.
crew cut, beard that hasn't been accidentally shaved, jeans. Like, it's so boring. And in fact, I sent a picture of my fully clothed main character in Cyberpunk to one of my pals, and it's like, he's just a guy.
Yeah.
Like be crazy in this.
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
like, but I'm just Brad.
Isn't there a picture of us playing Saints Row, like our characters, and I'm wearing a sombrero and you're wearing a cowboy hat?
Almost certainly, yes. Yeah. But like the newest Saints Row, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How come you had a cowboy hat?
Because I secretly would love to be the type of person that could pull off wearing a cowboy hat.
That'd be crazy.
I know.
I think you should just start wearing a cowboy hat.
Boy, I feel so inauthentic.
Well, at least on the podcast.
Okay. I would wear, if we do a live show, I'd find a reason to wear a cowboy hat.
I'd love that. You
Yeah.
would look good in a cowboy hat.
Thank you. It's tough with the idea of being on stage and wearing a cowboy hat because you have lights coming down and
Yes.
it puts your face in shadow. For years I was a baseball cap guy. Like Probably all of college.
Yeah.
I probably had 4 total days that I didn't wear a baseball hat at all.
Wow.
Because I was so ashamed of my hair.
I used to be a baseball hat guy.
Yep.
Often, not constant. But I just have, I'll let the people know in the podcast. I'm pulling back the curtain.
Mm-hmm.
I have like a forehead acne issue. When I sweat in a hat and it gets on my forehead, I'm not joking. I'll have terrible pimples for like 4 weeks. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Natalie's like, you need to go to a dermatologist. And I'm like, I already have therapy every week and I have physical therapy here and there.
Plus, I have to take Brad to his podiatry appointment for his tight socks.
Exactly. I'm like, I can't add more doctors. I do dentist every 6 months, doctor once a year. What do we talk? My whole life can't be doctors.
I'll say I talked to my mom today. She's in the late 70s. And she's like, yeah, next week. And she listed all the doctor's appointments she has. And she's like, I finally got someone to come see my foot. And I'm like, wait a minute, how tight are your socks?
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, it's weird. So yeah, as I was playing Cyberpunk and picking my naked character, and then I'm like, do I have to wear clothes as I'm doing these missions, or can I just run around Starkers the whole time?
Yeah, with your penis flapping.
Yeah,
does your penis flap when you run?
I don't know. I've been wearing clothes the whole time. Like a chump, but also plus 10 armor. So come on. Also, my friend that really encouraged me to play the game, he bought me the DLC because someone had bought him the DLC, and he's like, I want you to play it. I want to pay this forward.
Oh,
and
that's cool.
I'm like, I won't get to pay this forward for years, but thank you.
Yeah.
That's
cool.
Yeah. So I loaned him a copy of a book that I had on audiobook. So
nice. That's great.
At least I don't feel like that much of a mooch.
Yeah. Good.
But yeah, it's honestly, Cyberpunk, pretty fun game. I don't think I have the difficulty up very high.
Yeah,
which makes it more fun.
Yeah, I would imagine
you can make people just put a gun to their head and shoot themselves.
Really?
Yeah, you can, use your cyberware to make them.
Wow.
Yeah,
I remember when it came out, it was like a historic bomb.
Yeah.
Because of how much it cost and how buggy it was.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like the problem with the newest Saints Row, when you're like, I tried to play it, my character's upside down.
I'm doing DDTs on no one.
Yeah. No, and I loved it. And but the reviews were terrible.
Yep.
It was super buggy at first.
Yes.
But as always, even when I get a game right when it comes out, it takes me a couple months to get into it.
Yeah, Chuck always says the late bird gets the worm.
Yeah.
He's like, there's a lot of worms.
Yeah. Well, isn't there a saying about that? Like the late bird gets to something or something gets to something?
It's the early bird gets the worm, but maybe it's the late worm survives, or it's like the late cat gets the bird. It's like there's a thing. And at some point we will do another, what do we call our come up with new expressions episode?
Oh yeah.
Or idioms or
yeah, I know. I don't know what we call it.
I'd love to do another one of those.
Oh, I'd love to too.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
But I'd like to have a guest on when we do it.
Yeah, that's fun.
So yeah, good stuff. I'm not really sure if we have anything planned today. I think we were just going to dive into some emails without any crazy names for the segment or anything.
I wanted, to do that. I was hoping for a verb, like an action verb.
Okay, there's a lot of those.
And just to announce it.
Jump.
Let's see, place.
Dance.
Like place the mail over here.
Okay, yeah.
But I kind of want it to be a little bit more action-y. What could it be?
That's tough.
And
toss?
Toss or today we're gonna crack that sack. All right, Craig, add dildos on Brad. They're raining from the sky. Yeah, that's right. Dildos.
Ow, they hurt so much, Craig.
Dildos
Stop.
on parachute, so they're going slow and they're hitting him.
Well, this doesn't hurt as much, but it's somehow more embarrassing. Sometimes my parents watch this stuff.
Sorry, Craig.
Sorry, Craig. We're going to read emails that listeners have sent in at funbearablepod@gmail.com or through the email link at funbearablepod.com. I don't know why it's been so hard for me to say that today, but I've struggled in all the episodes we've done. First email is from, it's, hey guys, TESD curator here.
Oh, the curator from Tell 'em Steve Dave, the podcast I work on.
Longtime Tell 'em Steve Dave listener who finally decided to take the plunge into Funbearable this year. Thank you and welcome.
Yes.
Took me about 3 months.
Great guy.
And I've binged all 226 episodes, and I'm now subbed to the Funbearable Patreon.
Wow.
I love all the recurring bits, characters, and great chemistry you guys bring. It's just an email telling us we're great, I guess. I know I'm late to the party, But regarding Brad's hot dog proclivity,
Oh, yeah.
at one point as a weight loss tool, I ate 40 hot dogs a month for about 3 to 4 months and successfully lost about 20 pounds doing this.
Jesus Christ.
They were 97% fat-free, so that means they had to be good for me, right?
Wow.
What were you eating before? That a healthier option was 40 hot dogs a month.
Wow.
That's,
That's 480 a year.
it's 5 packs of hot dogs a month.
I do love a hot dog.
I do too.
Yeah. Wow. Curator rocks. He's been part of Tell 'em Steve Day for a long time as like the number one guy. And I love that he jumped into Funbearable. However, I know he's a completionist.
Yep.
So man, do I feel bad that he jumped into the Patreon because we're up to like 410 episodes on our Patreon.
Yep.
And by the way, if you're a Funbearable listener and you want to get some more Chuck and Brad, sign up for the Funbearable Patreon. There was a podcast called the Chuck and Brad Podcast that led directly into Funbearable. That was basically a rebrand from the Chuck and Brad Podcast to Funbearable. Yep. And we're putting up the entire catalog on our Patreon. It's patreon.com/funbearablepod. And there are over 400 episodes up right now that you can start listening to. And some people, they're starting from episode 1 and they're fucking banging through.
Love to see it.
It's crazy. I love to see it too. The comments and like people DMing us, and it's bananas that they're going through them. But like I said, I feel bad for the curator because I know he has that bug, the completionist bug.
Yeah.
So he's
probably got some bugs in those hot dogs as well.
yeah, exactly.
Can I tell you what Google's suggested reply is for this?
Yeah.
40 hot dogs a month sounds like a lot of commitment. Glad you're digging the show.
I love that.
Commitment.
Yeah, that's great.
Sounds like a lot of nitrates.
Yeah.
So that was an email from the curator. Thank you so much. We're glad you're on board.
This guy rocks. Curator's the coolest.
We apologize going forward for everything.
Mm-hmm.
Let me find my next email.
Love the mail sack episodes. If you want to write in, like Brad said, funbearablepod@gmail.com. We read all the emails on air. Unless you ask us not to.
Yes, which is the case sometimes. This one, however, demanded that we read it on air. There's a threat.
Wow.
It's a picture of a knife over Chuck in bed.
Wow. Wait, is it a real picture?
No.
Okay.
This is called Crack That Sack Question. It's from October of 2025.
We're catching up.
It's from Anthony B. Fun boys. Hope you're still cracking that sack.
We are.
Don't encourage him. Not a goof question, but how did you guys get involved in the con circuit and hosting panels? I'm a huge convention goer and always flirted with the idea of volunteering for a smaller or local con.
Yeah.
Just curious how you got your start and what are some of the pros and cons to volunteering, assuming that's where you started off. I'm writing this in the middle of Halloween season, but I'm going to say, Happy 4th of July? The math checks out. Keep up the good work.
More like Happy Memorial Day.
Yeah.
Pretty much, right?
In your face. I don't know when this is going on.
Happy 420.
Well, we're filming this, but when are we releasing it?
True.
Yeah.
Our
Happy Earth Day today.
We tried today?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow. We try to space out the mail sacks. We don't want to feel like we're getting lazy. So we put a couple months in between them. Do you remember how we started doing cons?
I feel like we had been to cons and we saw people hosting panels and we reached out.
I don't know if we went to cons before we did it. Right?
Maybe not. Somehow you were able to make contact with the person in charge of Rhode Island Comic Con's programming. And you said, hey, we have a podcast. We've done like these interviews. Like this is our background. We feel like we'd be good at hosting panels. And they said, all right, instead of Rhode Island Comic Con, you're going to do one in Connecticut called Comic Con, CONN.
I don't think
No, I'm sorry. Big Apple Con was our first one.
I don't think Comic Con, CONN, was associated with the same people that run RI Comic Con.
All right.
I don't know. I don't think it is. But yeah, it's
our first one was Big Apple Con. I know that.
You're sure?
I'm trying to find our...
I thought the first one was Comic Con with 2 N's in Connecticut. But
I, of course, have a spreadsheet called Con Hosting Records that says, no, our first one was Big Apple Con on April 14th, 2018, Jonathan Sheck. from Amistad and That Thing You Do. And at the time, he was Jonah Hex on Legends of Tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, the CW show.
Yeah.
And then we did Jennifer Seehee, who was the singing voice of Sailor Moon.
Jennifer Seehee was the voice of Hot Pocket.
Yes.
Hot Pockets.
And then 2 months later, we did Comic-Con, CONN. We did Chad Lindbergh, and then the Charmed reunion with Holly Marie Combs and Brian Krause.
So I think,
and then we hit Rhode Island Comic-Con.
I think what happened was I wrote Brad and I said, hey, we should do moderating at Comic-Cons because we interview people and we can record them for our podcast. I think that's how it started.
That might be.
The only Comic-Con I think I might have gone to beforehand was a Boston one. I don't remember what it's called, though. It wasn't called, maybe it was called Boston Comic-Con. I don't know. And then I think that because we had this history of doing interviews and doing live podcasts, I must have crafted an email and said, like, hey, we'd love to start moderating. Actually, let me see if I can...
I have a text from you from June 10th, 2018. You said, wow, Altered Reality finally got back to me about moderating panels and possibly performing at Comic-Con with 2 N's.
Yes.
And I said, that's awesome.
Yeah, it looks... Oh, no, it looks like Altered Reality. Altered Reality is the company that does Rhode Island Comic Con, which is what we do the most. They do run Comic Con with 2 N's. I feel like you knew someone whose name started with a J and end with an X.
Yes.
And is that how it started?
Maybe.
Yeah, I think we might have. I think we definitely just talked about it.
Yeah.
The way that Brad and I often operate is we'll be like, let's do this. And it's just like a random thing.
Yeah.
It could be like, let's do a show at the Comedy Connection.
Let's do a show at PVD Fest, the big outdoor festival, and let's make it all pretzel-themed comedy before the big pretzel eating competition.
Okay, can we talk about that for a second?
Yes, I'd love to.
And then we'll get back to Comic-Cons. So the reason I want to mention this is that I want to release this on the feed and the Funbearable feed. And maybe by the time this mail sack drops, this will have been released. But a long time ago, they were going to do a pretzel eating contest at PVD Fest, which is this big festival in Providence that has music and comedy and different performing arts. And they were going to do like, what is the actual company that does it?
I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's the actual official company that does these eating contests.
Major League Eating.
Major League Eating.
Something like that.
Something like, yeah. And so I don't remember exactly what happened, but Brad and I were affiliated somehow, maybe just through an interview, with Malted Barley in Providence, which is this great restaurant that does pretzels, and they make them to order. They have great pretzel sandwiches. It's an excellent, excellent restaurant. And we had interviewed the owner, Ron, who is a wicked nice guy. He actually recently let us film there for our pilot. And I don't know if it was through him. It must have been through him or why this happened, but I got involved with being part of the eating competition.
Yes.
And I don't know. It must have been him that we asked. I'm not sure. We asked if we could open the pretzel eating contest with a comedy show.
Yep.
And what do we do? Like 30 minutes.
Yep.
And we came up with the dumbest pretzel-based bits that you could possibly come up with.
It was really something special.
It was the dumbest thing we've ever done.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, we rewrote the national anthem to be about pretzels?
It was my pretzel tis of thee. Salty and savory.
It was great. We had a pretzel tossing contest. Remember you wore that pretzel head?
I didn't wear the pretzel head. We had contestants from the audience come up. We stuck like a paper towel roll through a hat. And then they had to throw pretzels and try to catch them. Their partner had to try and catch them. So dumb. We had a hype meter that was just a white sheet. And then we slowly pulled part of it up as it got redder and redder, as we got more and more hyped.
Yeah, the goal was to get the crowd hyped enough to start the show.
Yes.
And so we had the whole gimmick of the show was that we had We had a hype meter, and so all of our bits were supposed to hype the crowd up. So we had that anthem.
I think we did the classic joke of I only brought a speech for something else. But I'm gonna read it here. It was my grandpa's eulogy.
Hold on. I told Brad that he had to do a speech about pretzels.
Yep.
And either we've done this live many times, and either he forgot to write one or I forgot to tell him or something.
Yeah.
And so what happens is I'm like, do your speech. And he's like, I forgot to write it. And I'm like, do you have any speeches on you? And he goes, I just have my grandfather's eulogy.
And of course, it's how my grandpa was salty and, how he cut the mustard and, where it's very clearly about pretzels. And then at the end, there's the tiniest twist to make it not fit pretzels.
Do you remember what it was?
I don't. Obviously it's written down, but it's oh
God, it was from a meta standpoint,
awesome,
and like from a Andy Kaufman standpoint,
great.
It was like one of the funniest things we ever did. But we actually had to be on stage bombing.
From a pure entertainment perspective.
Terrible.
On
purpose.
Absolutely terrible. So the guy from Major League Eating, if people have watched the Nathan's hot dog eating contest on 4th of July, when this mail sack might be coming out, they see the guy with the straw hat as the announcer. He's the head of Major League Eating. And so as they're setting up for the pretzel competition, after Chuck and I are off stage, he's like, I didn't know what the fuck you guys were doing. And then you kept going, and I realized these guys are genius. And I'm like, that's what it takes for us.
You want me to read the opening?
I'd love to.
This was the opening to it. Pretzels are the #1 best food in the history of the United States of America, maybe except for tacos, also pizza. We're excited to bring you the pretzel competition. We're excited to bring this pretzel competition to Providence, home of RISD and Brown University and CCRI. I think Buddy Cianci was innocent. Give it up for Buddy Cianci's assured innocence. Shepard Fairey illegally vandalized the city, and his punishment was to legally vandalize the city. That's Go Providence!
Great joke.
That's a true fact. Probably not great for the audience. They probably don't know that. Give it up for PVD Fest. A lot of people have asked me what it means, and to me it means Pretzels Very Delicious Fest. I want to make this clear. Mayor Elorza has specifically asked me to make this announcement here on the main stage of PVD Fest right now. He said, Chuck, you are the Dark Knight of Providence. Actually, you're like the White Knight of Providence. Actually, like the Dark and White Knights together. Like Batman and Two-Face combined. But only Two-Face is Good-Face. One half of Two-Face. One face, and only one half of Batman. The bat half, bat face.
It's so dumb.
It's so stupid. So he's...
And you're reading this out to a crowd of people at like an outdoor festival, so it's not like they're sitting and paying attention. They're like, did that guy just say bat face?
So he said, bat face. I need you to tell the people of the city that PVD Fest has been legally changed to Pretzels Very Delicious Fest. And if they don't like it, they can call the State House at 401-564-7859. My extension is 40. A lot of people are always asking me why I love pretzels so much. And I think it's because pretzels represent the American dream. When George Washington invented the pretzel, it was to combine his love of freedom and his hobby of baking savory treats. George Washington knew the country would go through twists and turns, and he thought to himself, how can I create a baked good to represent this deep metaphor?
Yep.
He grabbed some dough from Sacagawea.
Yep.
And borrowed some salt from his neighbor Ponce de Leon, and the pretzel was born, much like this great country. Abe Lincoln added mustard, and that was that.
Yep.
Then many years later, I added cheese. It's our job to get you psyched up for pretzels, and it's your job to do anything we tell you to do. If you love pretzels, say, pretzels are great. Thanks, G. Wash, for inventing them, baby. 1, 2, 3. And then they were supposed to chant that with me. Oh, my God.
It was a brutal experience. You know, it's like 3:30 p.m. Yeah. The best time for alt comedy.
Why did we do this?
I don't know.
It's so it's
I think it was like, oh, should we do something pretzel themed? And then it was, well, what if we did the whole thing pretzel themed? And then we just kept going.
Oh,
why didn't anyone stop us?
It's bananas that we did this. It's absolutely bananas that we did this. But it was probably like 6 pretzel themed bits in a row.
I'll also say, I think it would have been great if they had already set up for the pretzels, but we finished and there was like 45 minutes until they announced the pretzel competition.
Yeah.
It happens.
But yeah, so
Comic-Con.
What's funny about this is I just wrote Brad like 3 days ago.
Yep.
And I said, I want to release the pretzel episode. Because what we did was on one episode of the Chuck and Brad podcast, our old podcast, we had Ray on, our old co-host on Funbearable, and we talked, and the name is Chuck, Brad, and Ray Bond Over Bombing.
Yes.
And we have clips of the pretzel thing in it because we kind of recorded it reportedly.
Yep.
And I've wanted to release that. So either by the time this mail sack gets released, it would make the most sense to release it afterwards, but I just don't know when that's going to be. Basically, let's pull back the curtain. I'm going to do it.
Gosh. Thank you.
So we have the Patreon. Did we plug that this episode?
I don't remember.
Okay, so we have our Patreon, and it has over 400 episodes of our old podcast, the Chuck and Brad podcast, patreon.com/funbearablepod. So we have our Patreon with all those old episodes. I want the old episodes to correspond with the time frames that are happening. So in other words, because basically, sorry, I should have explained this. We release our old episodes in order. So there's already 400 up, and every Monday you get another one in the series of our back catalog. I want that series to line up with the actual time of the year. So even though it's from 8 years ago or something, I want that to line up. Like if we release a Halloween episode back then and we release on the Patreon, I want to actually release that around Halloween.
Yeah.
Same thing with Christmas episodes, whatever is timely. And to do that, we somehow have to, some way have to finagle the releases. So sometimes we'll release 2 episodes in a week.
Right.
Or what we always do is, if we've already released an episode on Funbearable, the feed, because we've released some old episodes in the feed, patrons get 2 episodes that week.
Yeah.
So they still get something new. So I said to Brad, let's release the pretzel episode.
Right.
And I just randomly said that 3 days ago. I did not know this is where we would go on this episode. But hopefully we do this mail sack episode, and then later in the week, hopefully we release the pretzel one.
Yep.
We might have to have released it early to keep all the Patreon stuff in order. But, and if that's confusing, I'm sorry. But it's a little bit of behind the scenes of why we wanted to release the pretzel episode in the main feed. And either it will already be out. Hopefully it's out right after this.
Yeah.
All right. So Comic-Cons. So I think I just said that.
Yeah.
Maybe you had a connection with this woman that we used to know.
It was we did Big Apple Con, and I don't remember how we got involved in that. I'm sure you reached out to somebody and just said, hey, can we do it?
Yeah.
Then I reached out to the person I knew who either had worked with Altered Reality. I think they had done some cosplay stuff with them in the past.
Yeah, maybe that's
and
what
they
it was.
put us in contact because we wanted to do one of our Bradley drawn shows.
Yes, that's right.
At a Comic-Con and host panels. And so we did Comic-Con, and then we did Rhode Island Comic-Con each year, and have done some New Jersey cons and things like that as well, Philly. So I think the pros and cons of volunteering, one, you don't have to buy your ticket in most cases if you volunteer. But I think about our pal Wendy, who has volunteered, and she's kind of like in charge of one of the rooms.
Yes.
So she doesn't really get to like walk around the whole con. She's just in charge of that room. And maybe she gets to like go around a little bit.
I think she does a little bit here and there.
But she's in a position of responsibility of like, I need to make sure this room runs right for all the panels. I think some of the other volunteers, maybe they do like half-day shifts.
Yeah.
And then, get to walk around and do things like that. So I think it's definitely worth it because, being a part of something bigger than yourself is great. But I think find out what the responsibilities are going in, where if you're going to be trapped in a one panel room the entire time and not get to explore the con, is that really fun? Probably not, depending on what room it is.
Yeah.
But if it's, I get either free or discounted admission and I still get time to walk around and see the things I want to see or meet the celebrities I want to meet, absolutely do it.
Yeah, I also think if you're trying to moderate, volunteering is probably a good start, because what you want is to make contact with everyone that works there and kind of get familiarized with them and them getting familiarized with you. That's a word, right?
Yeah.
And I will say this, though. We were able to do it because we had so much experience being on stage and we had a lot of experience interviewing people on the podcast.
Yeah.
So if you don't have that experience, it might be a little bit of a tougher road.
Tougher sell.
Yeah. But I do think we probably, and Brad and I have done this a lot, and it has worked out a bunch of times, and it hasn't worked out way more times. Mm-hmm. We just found an email, info@bigapplecon.com.
Yep.
And we just wrote an email with our resume and said hey, we're Chuck and Brad. We've done this, this, and this. We've had a podcast for this many years. We've done all these shows. Probably sent them a video or examples of audio interviews and said we'd really love to moderate some panels if you'll have us.
Say, we did the show. We did Bradley Drawn the Avengers at Big Apple Con.
Oh, we did do that. Maybe that's how we pitched ourselves too, that we could bring a Comic-Con themed, pop culture themed show to it. I think the background.
You know what? I'm that was a rough crowd, but there was a kid who wanted to take a picture with us because we had been on stage.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that little kid.
Yeah, he was great.
Yeah, he was great.
He's in jail now.
But yeah.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
How old is that kid? If he was 8 then,
he's probably what?
16?
Yeah.
That's crazy. So I will say that the background helped us. However, if you do volunteer, I think that's really easy to get into.
Yeah.
I think they take anybody, and
work hard, be kind.
Yeah, work hard, be kind, show up, and maybe even let your aspirations known fairly early on, and then just keep working and see if anything comes up.
Yeah,
because I will say this from our experience, they do say on a Friday, oh, we don't have a person able to moderate this tomorrow. Can you guys do it?
Yeah, that
has happened to us a lot. So if you're able to do it, and for some reason they think you can, which is maybe the hurdle that you'll have if you don't have some sort of performance history, if they think you can, they might come to you.
Yeah.
Or if you check in here and there.
Right.
If you say hey, are there any small panels that need...
Right.
That might be the way to go, is starting with the smallest panels.
Yeah. But man,
good luck.
We appreciate the email. Let us know how it goes.
Yeah.
This fall.
Yeah.
This one is from Sabrina. Our number one fun bear. We had done an episode where we talked about superstitions and weird superstitions. So she wrote in one weird superstition. Hey, honey bears, when you brought superstition up in one of the latest episodes, my mind went immediately to the one that has been passed on from my great-grandmother to my grandma to my mom, and finally, and unfortunately, to me. But to be clear, this is absolutely not a common German superstition anymore.
Yeah, Sabrina's from Germany.
Here it is.
And lives in Germany.
Yes. My mom and me do not all caps, wash any laundry between Christmas and New Year's Day, because if we do, a family member will die.
What?
Let this settle in for a bit, LOL. Here is the explanation and origin of it all. It was believed for a very long time that between Christmas and New Year's Day, the Reaper comes to Earth and walks around to collect all the souls of people who have passed during the year. So when the Reaper sees laundry hanging at your home, he/she/it will mistake normal clothes for burial garments and will collect a soul even when that person is still alive, so that he or she will die.
Wow.
My mom asks me every year if I've done any laundry, and when I answer no and I hate you for this, she bursts out laughing and tells me she has not either. I'm not really a superstitious person and see me as a modern woman, but I have never ever washed one bloody piece of clothes between Christmas and New Year's Day, which is absolutely ridiculous, I know, but I do not think that I will ever change this habit. Hope you enjoyed this. Love you guys, Sabrina.
Oh, that's great.
That is a weird superstition.
Yeah.
But I mean, okay. It doesn't harm anyone unless you don't have enough clothes to make it that week.
Yeah.
And you're wearing stinky clothes. I'll say this, freeze them, kills the bacteria. Freeze your clothes. Throw them in the freezer.
That is so funny. You know what my question always is?
Yeah.
let's say she did laundry next year and no one died.
Right.
Does that break the superstition?
See, it's weird because you're like, oh, I got away with that one. I think it has to be several years.
Okay.
For me at least.
Yeah.
One of my superstitions for improv shows is there is a Pearl Jam cover of the Beatles song "I've Got a Feeling." Mm-hmm. If I listen to that the day of the show, I will have a bad show.
Wow.
Doesn't make any sense.
No.
But that has been the case. It was the case many times in a row, and now I am afraid to test it.
Oh my!
Even though like my performance level is generally speaking a higher floor, than it was when I developed this superstition when I was a very new improviser.
Yeah.
Like first 8 shows.
Yeah.
So, it's hard to shake these things.
Yeah.
Because they're irrational.
Yes.
The rational mind can look at it and say like, all right, it seems unlikely that this reaper would confuse laundry for burial clothes.
Yeah.
Even if there was only 1 week a year this reaper works.
Yeah, right.
And also like, that's kind of on the reaper, not on you for hanging clothes.
True. Absolutely.
Also, what if you tumble dry the clothes?
Right. That's really, really funny. I like that. I like that one is at least very fun.
Yes, a fun superstition.
Yeah, and it's kind of fun because it has a little bit of a, I don't want to use the word personification, but you see it happening.
Yes.
It's tangible.
Yes.
You see the clothes piling up.
Yep.
And you're like rolling your eyes at yourself.
Yep.
So I like that.
And especially it's passed down, family member to family member to family member to family member.
No, that's fun. I like that one.
Yep.
That's good.
All right, next email is, subject line is Guy Fawkes. We did an episode released on November 5th-ish about the tradition of Guy Fawkes Day and what that means and our complete lack of understanding going into it.
Yeah.
So this is from Mark. Hello, English Fun Bear here, and I'm 44 for context because we talked about how the traditions had changed over the years. First of all, the partaking of activities for bonfire night, that's how people refer to it, not Guy Fawkes night.
Okay.
I think you covered most things, but it's a fairly kid-oriented event these days.
Ooh.
People will either set off some fireworks on their back gardens, go to local bonfires, or more regional, larger events. I see far fewer bonfires about than when I was a kid. There's a few specific foods that people may have, toffee apples or a candy apple for us, parkin, which is cakey gingerbread, and some people may bake some potatoes wrapped on some embers, but I think that's rare these days. I made a guy as a youngish kid, but again, I don't know how much of that goes on anymore. Certainly, I've not seen kids wheeling them around in a wheelbarrow asking for a penny for the guy in many years. You mentioned Halloween, and that's just never taken off here like the U.S. There are some fancy dress parties and a bit of light trick-or-treating, but it's nothing compared to celebrations stateside. So Michael Myers, probably not as scary there.
Right.
As for the history, I was taught originally in primary school and remember having to write a brief account of it on a gunpowder barrel-shaped and colored piece of paper. What a great elementary school project of like writing your Guy Fawkes thing on a barrel-shaped piece of paper.
That's funny.
I would have been less than 10, and I remember being told about the conspirators being hanged, drawn, and quartered. It was probably a little sanitized, but this means they were drawn behind a horse, dragged, hanged, not to break the neck, but to torture or exhaust them to the point of near death. They would then have their wee fellas chopped off, their penises.
Oh.
Be disemboweled, and finally cut into four.
I thought wee fellas was one word, and I was like, what is that? Yeah.
And be disemboweled and finally cut in four. Brutal stuff. As for your starting point, as whether Guy Fawkes was recognizable from the movie or not, I think not. I think the anti-capitalists of that is very far from these guys. Brad covered the background about religion, but that's the crux of it. There had been swings to and from Catholicism, Queens Mary and Elizabeth, probably at either end of this, Mary Catholic, known as Bloody Mary, because she was responsible for burning religious dissenters at the stake, amongst other things. And it was a febrile atmosphere on the country all the way from the mid-16th through the 17th century. I think febrile means like feverish.
Okay.
I think. Plagues, civil wars, the fire of London, and much more. The ringleader of the plot was Catesby, who was a religious zealot and wanted a strong Catholic church and to restore England to the papal fold and bring a Catholic monarch back, probably involving the Spanish if it got that far. Obviously, Catholics being persecuted was a driver for all this, and there was a lot of unpleasantness by the Protestant state who were monstrous. Point is, this wasn't someone interested in power for the people or anything remotely like that. If you want an English figure like that, there are a few to go at. Wat Tyler is the one that springs to mind. Anyway, keep up the good work. All the best, Mark.
Wow, that's interesting.
Man, that was it's weird because like just me trying to remember now, 5 months after the episode of like, what did I talk about with Guy Fawkes night? And the big religious conflict at the center of it all. I'm so grateful that Mark sent that in so we know what it's like now and to get a sense of someone who was brought up learning about that stuff instead of like learning about it 2 days before recording.
Yeah, like researching.
Yeah.
Just having to deal with like the cold, reportings.
Yeah.
As opposed to a personal account.
Yeah. The idea of, writing the, like thinking about like crafts or different ways that elementary schools or primary schools, the teachers try to make things fun. And, like, oh, you have to write what you're thankful for on this turkey. But like writing down your report about Guy Fawkes night on this gunpowder barrel just strikes me as hilarious.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because my mom taught second grade and the idea of her having to teach this and get her kids to do it. It's just funny.
No, that's great. That's great. That's a great email.
Yeah, I really I really dig the historical aspect of it, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Mark. We really, really, really like it. Next email, it's from Diana. Subject line: Exchange Student Story.
Okay.
Hi guys, just listening to episode 171 and hearing about Lou's exchange student experience. Briefly, our friend Lou had an exchange student stay with him. It didn't go well. I think the guy pooped all over Lou's bathroom.
On purpose.
On
like
purpose.
A prank.
Yeah, as a hilarious prank. So that's we talked about that in greater detail on episode 107.
Did we tell the story about the slang words?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
I also had an exchange.
We taught him all the wrong slang words.
Yes.
We taught him like, dicks were tits and tits were dicks and like I feel so bad. But we were like 16.
Yeah.
So people do things at 16 they maybe wouldn't do later.
Maybe. You've taught me some incorrect terms.
Yeah, it's true.
Incorrect
It's still fun.
Yeah, it's still fun, but
yeah.
much less.
Yeah.
So back to Diana's email. All right, Lou's exchange. So Diana, I also had an exchange student when I was 17. It was in 1992 or 1993. I'm dating myself here, but it's important to know that the world was much less woke or politically correct.
Oh boy, here we go. See, slang terms.
Some of the slang at the time might be considered offensive now, so hopefully no one holds that against me.
Oh boy.
I might. Chuck will not.
No.
My friends also decided that my friends also decided that my exchange student Isabel needed to learn English slang. All the typical swear words, I can't even remember them all, but they also taught her the word dyke.
Oh, that's a tough one.
This usually happened on our lunch hour at high school. Well, the day they taught my exchange student that word, at dinner that night, sitting around with older brother and parents, the conversation turns to food that have geographical names but might not be from that place.
Okay.
New York cheesecake.
Oh.
French fries.
Okay.
Dutch apple pie.
Interesting.
This then leads to folklore stories that are associated with a place. And since we are Dutch, and both my parents were born in Holland, my mom starts telling the story about the little boy that, quote, stuck his finger in a dike.
The water thing. What is that?
It's like a dam.
Okay.
Isabel's eyes nearly popped out of her head. She turns to me with this shocked look on her face about a story my mom is telling, and I almost choked on my food.
That is so funny.
So then I had to explain to Isabel that dike was another word for dam and had to explain the difference in dam, D-A-M, and dam, D-A-M-N.
Oh, that's true too.
And,
wow.
And I had to explain to my parents that people were using the word dyke to refer to a lesbian.
Wow.
Not that anyone is interested in the story, but in the story that's commonly known, a little boy is walking home and sees a leak in the dike. He sticks his finger in it and is there all night in the cold until someone comes to fix it the next day. At least that's my mom's version.
Okay.
Thankfully, Isabel didn't smear anything all over the walls, but I'm sure she went home with some stories about my friends and family. And then she included a Wikipedia link about the story.
That's really funny.
Thank you, Diana. That's a tough one.
That's really, she taught her accurate slang.
Yeah.
And then I see that is really funny. That's great. I wonder how many other, cock can be a rooster.
Yeah.
It is really funny. It's like a bit. It's like an Austin Powers bit where they teach someone and like someone keeps talking about all these words.
Yep.
That's very, very funny.
You know what I saw recently on social media somewhere was the idea. It's I think it was listed as a Dutch thing. Was the idea of a sandwich, white bread, butter, chocolate sprinkles.
Really?
Yep.
I actually was listening to a podcast. It's called Are You Garbage? It's very fun.
Yep. There is a poster over your right shoulder from where I'm sitting.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
And they were doing like basically a mail sack episode. Yep. They do that all the time. And someone wrote in and said, they always say, is it garbage if, meaning like, am I trashy if I do this? Ice cream between two slices of white bread.
Ooh, that seems weird. I don't know if it's trashy. It's weird.
It is weird.
Yeah.
But I have gotten ice cream with bread in it.
Yeah.
And it was really good.
Oh,
the
yeah.
texture
it was the
good.
peanut butter and jelly from Right Scoop Shop.
Yeah, Wright's Dairy Farm. Or Right Scoop Shop. Yeah. You're right. So there you go.
Yeah.
That one with butter and sprinkles. I just feel like the sprinkles.
I just saw it recently and I'm like, oh, we need to like talk to our Dutch listeners, our Dutch pals.
Yeah.
And then I, of course, forgot about it until we got this email.
Wow. That's interesting. Just because the chocolate sprinkles would be so minuscule versus, unless you...
Yeah, how much butter goes on there?
Well, how many sprinkles go on there? Are you dumping out the bottle?
What's the ratio of butter to sprinkles on these confusing Dutch sandwiches?
Yeah, exactly. Wow.
I don't know. Thank you, Diana. It's not a term that we use at all.
No, I don't know if I've ever said it.
Yeah.
I don't think I have.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I will say this. So I'm watching 30 Rock for the first time. Great show. Tina Fey, Alec Baldwin. I never watched it before. I'm really loving watching it. They do a lot more racy jokes than I expected. You know?
Really?
Oh, I would say there's probably been 5 rape jokes so far in what I've watched. And I wonder, because what was it, 2007? 2006?
Yeah, probably around there.
I wonder if it was just more socially acceptable.
Yeah.
But I was thinking about it and I looked it up and there was a big article in some magazine that was like, this is fucked up, blah, blah, blah. And they used that word. They used the die word.
Ew.
Yeah. And I was surprised. They used it as like, you know, Tina Fey was like, you know what? I'm going to do a new thing. It's called lesbianism. And that means I'm going to follow all my dreams and blah, blah, blah. And she said something about the word and then she coughed. So there was like a pause. And then she used it in the way that means damn.
Yeah.
You know? But man, yeah, it's weird. It's very strange.
Yeah. Next email?
Yeah.
This one is from December of 2025, so we're almost up to the current year.
Yeah.
Subject line, preferred way to die.
Ooh.
It's from Nate. Hey guys, given your love for scary movies and Chuck's affinity for saying he's going to kill himself, I was wondering if you had to choose one, which horror movie or franchise would you prefer to die in?
Whoa!
For instance, would you like to avoid death only to realize that you can't cheat it and you're ultimately going to die in a certain order? Would you prefer to go to camp and know that you're going to at least get to have some weird 1980s horny hookups first?
Ooh.
Thanks, guys. Nate.
Well, first of all, I don't like to be scared.
Yeah.
I'll put it this way. Let's rule out Jigsaw. Because those seem really mean. The torture.
Yeah, well, I'm surviving those.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I'm willing to cut you open
really?
to survive. Oh yeah.
What about cutting into your own eye for a key?
In my own eye. That's tough. I would do stomach. I would cut my own stomach open for a key.
Yeah. Okay. I don't want to do Saw.
All right.
I'm not interested in Saw.
You know what? Also, like the anticipation of like in 15 minutes, this reverse bear trap is going to open.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, I don't want to think about this for 15 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to be surprised.
Remember when the actual showed the reverse bear trap open?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Saw. Anyway, I don't like being frightened, and Jason would frighten me.
Yep.
Michael would frighten me. Chucky would frighten me.
Some of the Jason kills would surprise you. Okay. What if you're in bed being amorous with a lady and you just get a machete through the belly?
Yeah.
You're surprised.
Yeah.
You go out with 2 hands full. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. That's not bad.
It's not a bad way to die in a horror franchise. See, but you also like taking people's gold.
I do like taking gold. So, and also, okay, how about this? Would you rather be stalked by Michael Myers and Jason, and like you're scared, or would you rather be like Leprechaun, like usually just talks to you first, like he's like, oh, you took me gold,
yeah,
and he's like slowly walking up to you,
yeah.
And Chucky, in recent seasons of like the show Chucky, he kind of just talks to everyone too.
Yeah.
Would you rather deal with that and not be spooked? Or would you rather be spooked and surprised?
All right. First of all, I'm as I think about it, I'm eliminating Freddy because those deaths are too creative and too weird.
I'm leaning towards Freddy.
Wow.
To see what he does for me.
Oh, that's a good one.
Because I want to see how he looks at me. Yeah. What does he think about me?
Yeah.
And then it's interesting.
Yep.
The last thing you see is an interesting idea.
That's true. That's one of your favorite phrases.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, oh, that's interesting, and then, and then your auto blow sucks your skin off your body.
My auto blow,
your degloved body, and you're I think it's weird because I want to say that I could run away from Jason or Michael Myers.
Yes,
but obviously I can't. Like you know, I'm in the world of the movies.
Ooh, It Follows.
Yeah. But then you're being stalked forever, and at what point do you just sit down and give up and let it catch you?
What if you bang someone and get rid of it? It's kind of mean.
What are the odds of that happening?
Well, I mean, maybe you'd have a different motivation.
That's true.
Although it's
hello, ladies.
It's kind of mean.
Who wants to get murdered?
Yeah, exactly. That's
just sleep with me and you get murdered.
Yeah. Knowing you would tell them.
Yes. Oh, you got to be honest with them. What about? Is it Phantasm? Which one has the little razor balls that fly through the air? Those terrified me as a child, even though I only saw them in a commercial for half a second one time. I had a nightmare. What about Ernest Scared Stupid? Does that count?
Oh, those monsters. I can't take them.
Yeah.
Those monsters, the trolls in Ernest Scared Stupid scare the living shit out of me.
You know how I'd want to go?
Yes.
The popcorn in Troll 2.
What was it?
I want to do. Oh my god!
Yeah,
I want to die like that guy.
Yeah, I would like to see you die like that guy too.
Thank you.
I like when you say "oh my god" like that. Man, I'm leaning towards Freddy just because it's interesting.
Yeah,
it's like okay, Michael Myers and Jason killing you almost identical.
Yeah.
If someone's gonna stab you, you're like, okay, I'm getting stabbed. But Freddy doing a crazy thing, it just seems so cool.
Yeah, it does seem cool.
You know, and also, like I said, you're interested to see how Freddy views you.
I'll say this. I would rather be stalked and killed by Michael Myers than Jason because I don't like camping. I'd rather be killed in suburbia.
Okay, that's true too.
Like in a comfortable, familiar place.
Okay, I guess so.
It's like,
at first I was going to say, but that'll taint that place, but then you're dead.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter.
It's like how they do at-home euthanasia for pets so that their last moments don't have to be in a cold, clinical vet's office.
I see.
So it's like that. Just put me to sleep there.
And I will say with It Follows, if you're passing it on, I guess you're not living by the question. Right. You have to get killed.
Yeah.
So...
But at least you got to pass it on first.
If there's a way to die that is like I'm sleeping and I don't know, that's my number one.
Well, you see,
but then number two is I'm sleeping and having a nightmare.
And I do know, yeah,
Freddy Krueger, yeah.
Nightmares. You know what? I don't like having them.
Yeah,
they scare me.
Yeah, well, this one would kill you.
It's kind of what they're designed to do, but the idea of falling, or not being ready for a math test, equally fatal for me.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, it's a good question.
I'm going Freddy.
You know what? I think Michael Myers.
That's crazy.
Don't roll your eyes at me.
So that mask is terrifying. Imagine it coming at you. You're nuts.
Oh, I'm hiding it. I'm stabbing him with a
coat hanger
through a closet door.
Yeah, I guess that's
and
true.
Then he's I'm surviving 25 years. I'm Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah, okay. You're becoming obsessed with
Yeah.
But then he does kill you. He has to kill you in the rules.
Fine. I got 25 years out of it.
Fine. I guess that's true. You also could think about how long you get to live. That was the best answer. You just came up with the best answer.
Thank you.
What do you want to do? You want to do one more?
I don't know if this is a great one to end on. We'll do this. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
It's from Chad W. It's from December of 2025. Hello, fun boys.
Yep.
I was doing my annual listen of the TESD side pod Puck Nuts, which is a pod about hockey.
Yes.
And it got me thinking of a couple things. Based on how well Brad and Natalie's Chicago Bears team is doing this year, should we be anticipating a new spin-off podcast next preseason, I assume, called Ball Nuts? That's a good joke.
That's funny.
And on said TESD side pod, there was an agreement, had the team won the championship that year, that all co-hosts would get tattoos celebrating the team win. Could we look forward to Brad and Natalie matching tattoos? Or what could Chuck come up with along these lines, maybe even for this year, depending on when you read this?
So Natalie's my girlfriend.
Yes. You sound so bummed.
No,
I know you're explaining who she is to the audience. You're like, so Natalie's my girlfriend.
Just to get out of the way.
Yeah.
Well, I think people have criticized the fact that I'll explain who someone is.
Yeah.
So I got to go, Natalie's my girlfriend.
Yep.
So what do you think? Because you're kind of in the hot seat.
I'm not a tattoo guy. I'm not. And so the idea, but first of all, I would love to do a football podcast. I'd love to have 4 podcasts, one Funbearable, general interest, one based on books that I'm reading, one based on religion and faith, and one based on sports. If I could do that as a job.
Yeah.
Whoo,
Yeah.
I can't. I'm not charismatic enough. I get it. It's fine. Not handsome enough. My cyberpunk guy, not hung enough.
Yeah.
None of it.
Was that from this episode?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, good.
Yeah. So yeah, I would love to do a sports pod, and like to the point where I, maybe for the year of 1,000 rejections, I start writing to sports pods that are medium to large size and say, hey, I'd love to guest to talk about sports with you guys.
That's great.
This is my setup, and maybe getting the name out there.
That's great.
Also, people on Chicago Bears subreddit think it's ridiculous that my podcast is called Funbearable and it's not about the Bears. When because
the word bear is in it?
Yep.
Oh, that is hilarious.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
That's hilarious.
Tattoos. I'm not a tattoo guy. If Bears win the Super Bowl, I'm very happy, but I didn't get anything for the White Sox, Blackhawks, the 6 Bulls championships, or I was 7 in 1985 when the Bears won the Super Bowl last time. So no tattoos for me. Chuck has become a fan of the Bears.
Yes.
Because of Natalie.
Yes.
He's gotten to watch the games. He's a big Caleb Williams fan. He's walking around doing the Iceman pose.
Yep.
Which is also ASL for bear, I think.
Okay.
And so yeah, it was fun to see you getting into it. And we watched one dramatic game at Chuck's cousin's house right around Christmas, around when this email was sent.
Yeah.
And it went into overtime.
Yeah.
And the Bears won it in overtime on a big dramatic touchdown pass, and it was awesome. It was so fun to watch with a group of people, and then the Bears won a playoff game in dramatic fashion. So big year for the Chicago Bears for me. Hopefully next year will be more of the same and better. But yeah, seeing you get into football via the magic of Natalie and Natalie's cooking.
Yeah.
That was the best part of this year.
It was fun. It was really fun to get invested. I like doing stuff like that. And obviously, as I've talked about many times, I like to get into if there's a large group of people that are into a thing and I'm not into it, I like the idea of attempting to find out what they appreciate about it and take part in that.
I mean, also, the Patriots Falcons Super Bowl, the 28-3 Super Bowl. We were watching it at my friend Brad's house, and Chuck showed up halfway through the game after the halftime show, and the people who were there were cheering against the Patriots, not for the Falcons, against the Patriots.
Yeah.
And the Patriots score once, and Chuck's like, they're coming back. And everyone's like, don't say that. And they scored again. And Chuck's like, I don't know, it could happen. And really goading in a lighthearted way.
Yeah.
And then the Patriots won. And, your emotional investment in that point is just like I want to be right.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's all like, it was all positive. There were no, like, nobody was mad at anybody. It was the best possible way to watch a game like that.
Yeah, that was great.
So really fun time seeing you get involved that way as well.
Yeah, that was good stuff. That was a really fun one.
Yeah.
What about a tattoo? Ready for this?
Okay.
Bears.
Yep.
Blackhawks. Bulls. What's the little word?
White Sox.
White Sox.
Yep.
And it's an amalgamation of all their logos. I'm trying to think of what that would look like.
I mean, like the top left is a bullhorn. Then the top right is the Blackhawks, the Chief Blackhawk head.
Yeah,
and then a feather or two. Bottom left is the Bear logo.
Yeah.
Bottom right is like 1/3 of an O and an X.
Yeah.
No. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, I would make it more like a scary beast.
This was pretty scary.
Yeah, that sounds kind of frightening.
I'm sure people have mocked up like and thrown in the Chicago Cubs or the Fire or any of the other the Sky, the other sports teams.
Yeah.
In Chicago, but that's kind of where I'm at. I have a wall, like a wall decoration that you stick directly on the wall for the Chicago Fire soccer team.
Yeah.
Because it came free with something in like 2014. And so when I go to move out of this apartment, I'm going to pull it down and it's going to be like just this bright white space that has no cat fur on it and no Brad breath or anything. And it's going to be this pristine area of the wall that I'm going to be like, oh, that's what it used to look like.
That's hilarious.
Oh, that's fantastic. Let's do one more email. Thank you, Chad.
Yeah.
All right. Last email of the ep. It's from Daniel. It's from December. Good morning, guys. I hope you will have an amazing New Year, Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, or whenever you get to read the sack.
Yeah.
I'm currently listening to your Fun Bammies episode, and it started with Brad cutting off DDs at the airport and saying, "No, sir," because I was, somebody was not a nice person inside the airplane, and when we left, I cut him off, leaving the parking lot.
Yes.
You stated the quote, "Respect the zipper" while driving, and it made me wonder. In West Virginia, we have a good bit of road construction. The people here will start to form a single line around half a mile or 1 kilometer before the single lane. I follow suit to help with the flow of traffic, but there are some people that wait until the last minute and squeeze ahead of a lot of people. Is this person a DD, designated douchebag, or are they following the rules that everyone should follow? I am curious of your thoughts. Thank you for all you do. Sincerely, Dan.
So the zipper is more like when there's two roads converging.
Yep, at a merge point, lane A goes, and then the car from lane B slips in behind them, and then the next car goes. So it's meshing together like a zipper.
So what he's talking about, I think, is when a car is taking an exit.
Nope.
No?
No, he's talking about merging.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But is the person driving on the shoulder then?
No,
how do they merge?
It's two lanes going to one lane because there's construction.
Okay.
So the right lane is closed. It goes to just the left lane.
Okay. But how does the person get in front of anyone else?
Well, so he said that people start lining up in the left lane half a mile back.
Right.
And so the right lane is open for half a mile until the merge point. And so is it...
Oh, I see. So
is the person driving all the way up, skipping all these people in the left lane, is that person a douchebag?
I thought that's the way you're supposed to do it.
I'll say this. I also think it's the way you're supposed to do it.
I think that's the best for the flow of traffic.
In my brain, and it's weird because in my Department of Transportation brain, I'm like, yeah, if everyone gets in the left lane early, then you can all speed up and there's nobody cutting anybody off, right?
Yeah.
It's not how it really works because no matter how fast this left lane is going, if the right lane is open, somebody's going to drive up there and cut people off. Even if, I was like, yeah, if I were in charge, I would put up signs that said, hey, start getting over now. Think about it, blah, blah, blah. But if you see all that lane in front of you and the left lane is going, even if they're going 35 miles an hour, you're like, oh, I can go 50 miles an hour in the right lane, the fastest anyone should ever drive.
Yeah.
And I'll just get in line up there and I skip all these cars.
Yeah, yeah.
People who have done studies are like, no, both lanes should drive to the merge point. There should only be one merge point, and you should do the zipper method there, and that's the best for the flow of traffic.
So you should drive all the way up, and everyone should.
According to the experts, everyone should.
Everyone should drive all the way up. So it's not just like, a couple people are getting in at the bottom, and then one guy goes all the way up. It's supposed to be everybody.
Everyone, but I struggle with that because I'm like, oh, but I'm so nervous about getting to the merge point. What if somebody won't let me in?
But what if there's a whole line of cars? That's kind of different.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you go with the cars or no?
What do you mean? Yes. I would.
In other words, if you're in the right lane,
yes,
and there's a line of 10 cars in front of you versus open road, you'll probably stay in that lane until the merge point.
Yes.
So that's what you're supposed to do.
Yes.
So you are supposed to drive all the way up. However, it's intimidating if no one else does that.
Yes, very much so.
You feel like a douchebag.
Let's flash back to, here's me exposing my hypocrisy. When I worked at UMass Dartmouth, I would drive back and there was construction over a bridge. Went down from, it's supposed to be 3 lanes. It was down to 2 or 1 or whatever. Traffic every night at 5 p.m. as I'm driving home.
Yeah.
Every night without fail. And it got to the point where it was adding 15 to 20 minutes to my 35-minute commute. So 50% of the time. So I would get off on an exit, scoot all the way past a bunch of people, get back on, and then drive to the merge point and just skip so many cars.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, well, I drive this every day. And probably twice in the year-ish that I did this, I saw a cop waiting to not let people take fake taking the exit, which I was doing.
Yeah, I see.
And so I took the exit and got back on. I was like, cop. And I was like, well, I guess I'm driving through Fall River now.
Yeah.
For it to happen twice over the course of, let's call it 180 commutes, I'll take those odds.
I'll tell you this. I do a douchey thing in New York, and I'll just put it out there.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to say it.
Yep.
Bringing it here.
Thank you.
Laying it down.
Uh-huh.
All right. So
slap it on the table.
Yeah. I have to drive to Brooklyn once a week.
Yes.
To go film Tuesdays with Stories. I will get in the carpool lane and I will drive for a long time. Now, here's my defense. Okay?
Yep.
Here's my defense.
You're more important than everyone else.
Well, here's a question. This is a question. I'm just asking questions. That's all I'm doing.
Thank you.
What am I taking away from anybody?
I'll say this. I don't think you're taking away from anybody, but
I'm breaking a rule.
What if I'm the car, a different car? All right? Just me in the car.
Yeah.
No Rosie. And I'm like, well, Chuck's doing it. I'm going to do it. And then Daniel here in West Virginia, he's driving up. It's just him in the car.
Yeah.
He's eating a hot dog. It's just him. So at some point, it's because you are breaking the rule.
Yes.
And the rule is there to encourage
saving
more
gas.
more environmentally friendly alternatives.
Yeah.
I understand you're not hurting anybody.
Yeah.
It's not like they allow 100 cars at a time and
Exactly.
you're car number 88.
Yeah, I'm not taking away a spot.
But
Yeah.
at what point is there a critical mass of people who driving solo in the carpool lane?
Yes.
One of our friends, we won't name him,
Yeah.
but he's got a mustache and his name is Lou, had a mannequin, like a dummy in the passenger seat to appear as though he had a passenger so he could drive in the carpool lane. I don't know if he ever got caught with that.
I don't know.
But that was at least more effort than Chuck puts in.
Oh, yeah.
Who, he's waving a banner out the window that's like, I don't have a passenger.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting. Like, I accept it's breaking the rule. I was reading, and I'll ask you about this, that the slippery slope argument is a fallacy.
I don't think it's a fallacy.
How come it's characterized as one?
People have different things. I think it's weird because with this, it is like, why are you the one person who should be allowed
Yes.
to break this rule?
Right.
And therefore, you think that everyone should break the rule.
Right. If I don't think I'm special,
Right.
then my belief by default has to be that everyone should be able to do this.
Yeah.
I get it. I'm not saying it's right.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that sometimes.
And if you're willing to accept the consequences, that you may get in trouble and there's a big fine or whatever for it, like, all right.
That's the thing.
Was it Seinfeld who was like, yeah, I'll park wherever I want and just pay the fines.
So this is the thing. Like, basically, I did it like a bunch of times. Well, first of all, guess when the carpool lane begins and ends in New York City?
Is it like 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.?
24 hours a day.
Oh boy.
Which is a lot.
Yeah, it's all the hours in the day.
Yeah, 100%. And I will say I've done it so many times. Well, let me back up. I'll go to Brooklyn to film.
Yep.
Sometimes the drive is 56 minutes.
Yep.
Sometimes the drive is an hour and 42 minutes.
Yep.
It's very difficult to tell. And it's tough because I don't want to, like, I've left wicked early before and gotten to Mark's house to film an hour early, and I just sit in my car.
Yep.
When I've gotten up early and sacrificed, a certain amount of sleep to do so. So that's already difficult. And also, if the traffic is like unreasonable, like it's just crazy, then I get in the carpool lane. And I've done it so many times that I am like, if I get pulled over and I get a $125 ticket,
I don't know how much the ticket is.
maybe it's worth it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's worth it to get in trouble. And I'm not saying it's right.
Yep.
But on the other hand, Natalie was like, you should always have your GPS on because it always shows you where policemen are and speed cameras.
Yep.
So it's pretty easy to avoid the police.
Or follow the rules.
One of the two.
One of the two.
You got to pick.
Use GPS or never ever speed. Make your choice.
Yeah, that's true.
Folks, thank you so much, especially those of you who wrote in. We really do appreciate it. If you want to write in for future episodes or just to say hi, funbearablepod@gmail.com, or find the email link through funbearablepod.com. Find us on socials @funbearablepod.
Yes.
Tell a friend, give us a rating, like, subscribe, do what you need to do. We appreciate all of you.
Yes.
For Chuck Staten, I'm Brad Rohr saying thank you so much, and we're sorry for being Funbearable.
I do wonder how many rules I break on the road.
Probably at least 2.
It's probably a lot.
Yeah.
I will say, how come you can drive like 20 miles over the speed limit on the highway past a policeman and he doesn't pull you over?
I think it depends on the policeman and the location and the time of day. And, there's so many factors.
I don't think I've ever gotten pulled over on the highway.
It was a state highway. I swerved out of my lane.
Yeah.
Because I was speeding and there was a police officer at the top of the hill and I thought he was going to pull out in front of me.
Yeah.
And so then he pulled me over for not signaling far enough in advance.
Oh, that stinks.
Verbal warning, very friendly.
Oh, okay.
Oklahoma guy. I was driving to an interview at TCU. Didn't get the job. 2006.
Yeah.
But that's, I think, the only time I've gotten pulled over on the highway.
Yeah. Never got pulled over. Accepting the carpool lane pull over at some point. It's inevitable.
It'll happen.
It's like Final Destination. It's going to happen. Or it follows.
Oh, that's
yeah,
what it is.
exactly.
You know what? You got to speed in a different lane. And hang on.
That's the sex with someone else when it follows? Is that what that was?
I got to stop recording.
In a world where there ain't nothing left about, there are 2 special idiots now.